Build productive relationship with yourself every day. Most of us treat ourselves like a rented car. We floor the gas, ignore the check engine light, and get angry when it breaks down. But building a productive relationship with yourself is about realizing you are the driver, the passenger, and the car all at once. The story Leo and the Garden. Think of a man named Leo. For years, Leo lived by the drill sergeant method. Every morning, he'd look in the mirror and bark orders. You're behind. You're losing time. You need to be better than this. He thought that if he wasn't hard on himself, he'd become lazy and do nothing. But Leo found that the meaner he was to himself, the harder it was to get out of bed. He was mentally exhausted before his feet even hit the floor. He was successful on paper, but he felt like he was dragging a heavy chain behind him. One Saturday, Leo sat in his backyard, looking at a dying rose bush. He realized he couldn't yell the rose into blooming. He couldn't shame it into growing faster. He had to check the soil, make sure it had water, and give it enough sun. He realized he was a living thing, too. Leo started a new ritual. Every morning, instead of barking orders, he'd take a breath and ask himself a simple, human question. What do we need today to be successful? Sometimes the answer was a very clear list and a big cup of coffee. Other times, the answer was a slower pace because we didn't sleep well. By treating himself like a teammate he actually liked, Leo found that he didn't need to be yelled at to work hard. He worked hard because he finally felt like he was on his own side. Why this is more human than productive. To build this relationship, you have to stop viewing yourself as a machine that produces output and start viewing yourself as a partner you need to keep motivated. Stop the should shaming. We often say, I should be doing more. That should is a tiny lash of a whip. Try replacing it with, I want to do this because it'll feel lighter once it's done. The best friend filter. If your best friend came to you exhausted and overwhelmed, you wouldn't call them a failure. You'd say, take a breath, let's just do one small thing together. Start saying that to yourself. Trust is earned. You wouldn't trust a friend who lied to you. When you tell yourself, I'll start at 9 a.m., and then you don't, you lose a little trust in yourself. Build that trust back by making tiny promises and actually keeping them. A productive relationship means that at the end of the day, you can look in the mirror, not as a boss looking at a subordinate, but as two friends who just finished a long shift together and say good job today. Let's rest so we can do it again tomorrow. Would you like to try a check-in exercise where we identify one area where you've been a bit too hard on yourself lately?